In this chapter, Neville goes a bit further into the concept of consciousness being the one and only reality, and he looks into the cause of anything in our circumstances and in our 3D through the one and only cause as consciousness. So this is chapter 2, consciousness. It is only by a change of consciousness, by actually changing your concept of yourself, that you can build more stately mansions, the manifestations of higher and higher concepts. By manifesting is meant experiencing the results of these concepts in your world. It is of vital importance to understand clearly just what consciousness is. The reason lies in the fact that consciousness is the one and only reality. It is the first and only cause, substance of the phenomena of life. Nothing has existence for man save through the consciousness he has of it. Therefore, it is to consciousness you must turn, for it is the only foundation on which the phenomena of life can be explained. If we accept the idea of a first cause, it would follow that evolution of that cause could never result in anything foreign to itself. That is, if the first cause substance is light, all its evolutions, fruits, and manifestations would remain light. The first cause substance being consciousness, all its evolutions, fruits, and phenomena must remain consciousness. All that could be observed would be a higher or lower form or variation of the same thing. In other words, if your consciousness is the only reality, it must also be the only substance. Consequently, what appears to you as circumstances, conditions, and even material objects are really only the products of your own consciousness. Nature, then, as a thing or a complex of things external to your mind, must be neglected. Nature, then, as a thing or a complex of things external to your mind, must be rejected. You and your environment cannot be regarded as existing separately. You and your world are one. Therefore, you must turn from the objective appearance of things to be the subjective center of things. Your consciousness, if you truly desire to know the cause of the phenomena of life and how to use this knowledge to realize your fondest dreams, in the midst of the apparent contradictions, antagonisms, and contrasts of your life, there is only one principle at work. Only your consciousness operating. Difference does not consist in variety of substance, but in variety of arrangement of the same cause substance, your consciousness. The world moves with motiveless necessity. By this is meant that it has no motive of its own, but it's under the necessity of manifesting your concept, the arrangement of your mind, and your mind is always arranged in the image of all you believe and consent as true. The rich man, poor man, beggar man, or thief are not different minds, but different arrangements of the same mind. In the same sense that a piece of steel, when magnetized, differs not in substance from its demagnetized state, but in the arrangement and order of its molecules. A single electron revolving in a specific orbit continues the unit of magnetism. A single electron revolving in a specific orbit constitutes the unit of magnetism. When a piece of steel or anything else is demagnetized, the revolving electrons have not stopped. Therefore, the magnetism has not gone out of existence. There is only rearrangement of the particles so that they produce no outside or perceptible effect. When particles are arranged at random, mixed up in all directions, the substance is said to be demagnetized. But when particles are marshaled in ranks, so that a number of them face in one direction, the substance is a magnet. Magnetism is not generated, it is displayed. Health, wealth, beauty, and genius are not created. They are only manifested by the arrangement of your mind. That is, by your concept of yourself. The importance of this in your daily life should be immediately apparent. The basic nature of the primal cause is consciousness. Therefore, the ultimate substance of all things is consciousness. I think if we're to put this into everyday language, so if I was to put this into 21st century language as I speak in everyday words, I would say that to actually actualize this in your everyday life, as he says, if you want to see this in your everyday life, or if you want to prove it, look at what you're thinking. So if you have a situation in your life that is very apparent, that's not changing, look at the story you're telling yourself about this situation, or look at the thoughts you're having predominantly about this situation. And if you rearrange those thoughts in your mind about the same situation, you will start seeing either how the situation came about through your thoughts, or you will start seeing it change. So one of the ways that we use in coaching to look at circumstances differently is by saying you can flip the thought. So if you have a negative thought about something, flip the thought. If you have a thought about maybe I don't have enough money, let's say you're in a shop to buy things and you walk around thinking, oh, I don't have enough money, you have to flip that into thinking, I always have enough money, or something to that effect. And that, by rearranging your mind and now choosing these thoughts predominantly and regularly and all the time, will bring about the change in your circumstances. Because you want to start adopting this idea that the cause of all things outside of you is not outside of you, it's within you. So what's causing the situations outside is a result of you. And if that's the case, if you accept this idea, then that means that you are also the solution, that the solution for everything outside of you also lies within you. So it's not to say that circumstances outside of you are, more powerful, but it is to say that the circumstances outside of you are given power through you. So if you rearrange your mind, rearrange the way you see things in your mind, take the idea that consciousness is the one and only reality. So you are the one that's putting this reality and holding it into place, and that gives you your power. That makes you walk in your power. And once you know this, then you know that you can change the circumstances outside of you. And that, my friend, is the end of chapter 2. Thank you, and I'll see you in chapter 3.